Hello and welcome. My name is Mairead and I head up EMEA Partnerships at Klevu. Klevu is an AI product discovery suite which includes smart search, smart category merchandising, and smart product recommendations. I will be sharing my screen now. Today we will be talking about MOI. It's hugely important that when you're online, you create positive connections with your customers, whether in-store or online. And on-site search is one of the ways you can ensure and keep your customers coming back for more. In an online realm, communication is lost. There's no shop assistant to help you find the products that you're looking for. And a search box is the only place on a website that a customer can truly express their desires. And it's very important that you have something intelligent in place in order to understand the needs of the shopper. So this is a fantastic opportunity for retailers to create a positive shopping experience and connection with their customers when done right. However, a typical product discovery journey has been disrupted, as many customers now don't just come straight to the website to find products. They leverage multiple social channels and marketplaces for exploration, which means consumer journeys are messier than ever before. Imagine this. You see your favorite brand on TikTok and you save the story for searching later, either by image, but you don't really trust Google to find it quite yet, or you go straight to the brand to search. But what words do you use? Is it check? Is it gingham? Is it tartan? Are they high-rise trousers? Are they pants? Are they crops? Chances are you won't find it searching on a brand's website like e-commerce managers imagine you will. What if I search for gingham with a typo, crop pants with pockets red and size 10? According to e-commerce benchmarking study, a startling 75% of e-commerce websites reviewed were not able to process complex search terms and returned irrelevant results. And we found in our research of existing clients at Klevu that conversion rates soar when people use multiple terms in a query. 5 words is most optimal in terms of conversion rate. And the rationale is the more words you use, the higher in your intent. But it's very important that you're able to understand and provide relevant results. Google and Amazon have always been pioneers in the search space, and they've always been relied upon to understand the intent behind what someone is searching for and surfacing relevant results. Here we can see longer tail queries as on Amazon, gifts for women under £10 on sale. Amazon's able to deliver relevant, personalized results to the individual user. Due to pioneers like Google and Amazon, customers now expect an intuitive search experience on a brand's website. With developments in on-site search making it much more robust and accurate, there's a growing trend for other retailers to follow suit and also adopt a search-centric approach. Here you can see AO, Dunelm, ASOS, and Sea Salt all have very prominent search bars. So more and more retailers are promoting it as the primary user journey. However, it's very important that there's something intelligent in place in order to deliver relevant results. Here at Klevu, we want to democratize discovery in online retail and not have it limited to the tech giants and the elite few. We want to empower retailers to achieve up to 3 times of industry conversion. We have a number of different features from catalog enrichment, advanced natural language processing to really understand the intent of the shopper and deliver highly relevant results. But as an AI product discovery provider, we're always looking for what's next in the market. And we want to ensure that our customers' needs are not only met, but they're also exceeded. However, here comes the chatbot problem. So according to Gartner, 80% of enterprises will need to have a conversational technology-focused center of excellence or skills or resource by 2025. But the chatbot problem dilemma comes into play. 70% of consumer conversations are expected to be handled by a chatbot in 2023, which is extremely exciting. However, 80% of consumers believe chatbots are a source of disappointment. And only 72% of consumers believe that using chatbots for customer service is a waste of time. And now, more than ever, experience matters. So let's look at the difference between chatbots and virtual assistants. The difference between chatbots and virtual assistants is the humanized persona and personalized service. Most chatbots on the market today are governed by a limited set of rules, and they fail to establish meaningful dialogue with the customer, and they miss the opportunity to assist in problems and problem solving. AI-powered virtual assistants, however, are able to do multiple tasks and understand natural language commands. They can connect the dots, so to speak. Chatbots operate on a single turn exchange, whereas an AI will engage the end user and understand the nature behind the problem. Let's take shoes for an example. If I say to a chatbot, I want to find some shoes, a chatbot will deliver all of the shoes that are present. Whereas an AI virtual assistant will be able to understand that I'm not just looking for any old shoes because I have a specific shoe size, I have a specific budget in mind. And it's all about understanding that communication is not only a one-way street, it goes both ways. It's therefore no surprise that pioneers in the search space like Google or Amazon, with the prediction of such an exponential rise in voice assistant adoption, were very early in building virtual assistant functionality. And just like with search, they've set a precedent and an expectation, and other retailers need to be able to adopt technology in order to compete. And today we would like to welcome MOI to the Klevu AI Product Discovery Suite, your very own AI personal shopping assistant. Klevu's mission is to democratize discovery in online retail. With the launch of MOI, we want to empower retailers to say hello to the next generation of product discovery. And with that, I'll be handing over to our co-founders, Nilay and Niraj.
Thank you, Mairead, and thank you for the background and intro, and welcome to everyone who has joined today. We launched MOI beta program on 23rd March 2023, but today I'm going to take you through some of that material, and again we're going to go through sort of a live demo example as well here with Neeraj today. Yeah, can you go to the next one, please? Before we go dive in, MOI literally means hi in Finnish language, and that's a working name of the product that we have taken as it sort of starts the conversation. MOI has been designed on certain principles, and before ChatGPT kind of became, or OpenAI became kind of so prevalent, and we started to see so much of that sort of interest in the community. We started working on this concept of conversational commerce about 3 years ago, and we had that as a design, as a concept, as a working prototype. And at that time, I remember we took that to a couple of customers and partners, but it was clear signal that the time, like the adoption, sort of was not going to be as much as we were thinking. So behind the scene, we did not stop the development. Of course, it kind of slowed down a bit because there was no clear demand, but we kept developing the system behind the scene. So what you're going to see today is the sort of the combination of Klevu AI and coming from the sort of the NLP background, and the using OpenAI for certain aspects where we really need it. And we will go through concrete examples that where we really need OpenAI in our example of MOI, or the experiment that we are doing now. MOI is guided and open. It means that you could have a very guided journey where you are selecting certain attributes or size, like Mairead mentioned, and the AI system can take you through and filter and get you to the certain products that you are really probably interested in as a shopper. Or it could be open. So the beauty of working with MOI is that you don't need to make a choice whether it's guided or open. You could actually even interchange in between when you respond and converse with the system. So that's something kind of quite intriguing when we were doing some study with the consumers and also retailers, that how people like to interact with a conversational system. Yeah, if you can go to the next one, please. Of course, it needs to be smart. Now, when we say smart, what actually it means? OpenAI, is also smart. Where we use Klevu AI or Klevu MOI comes into the play. It's smart because it learns from the your kind of customer behavior, what products ultimately they are buying from the conversations, what clicks they are doing. But more importantly, it actually learns directly from the overall site itself. So if the site is powered by Klevo, we measure range of things, including the search-led conversion and the recommendation banners we provide and overall checkouts and so on. So the best thing about MOI application is that it actually learns from all the configurations you have made, all the business rules you have set up within Klevu, and it kind of learns that as well when it ranks the products in the interactions. Um, it of course has the ability to interact with the consumer, but also it has ability to say no to the consumer. So one of the things that Neeraj and I were chatting, what's one thing that we are not seeing on OpenAI a lot, and he was saying that it's not saying no to something, so it tries to always give an answer, and whereas in the retail as a domain, uh, I think the system that we have been developing is trying to be as truthful as possible. We are not saying OpenAI is not truthful, but it's tried to be as factual and truthful as possible and actually provide the response on the customer need and customer demand. Yeah, can we go to the next one, please? And that brings to the kind of the element of respect here. And of course, respect is something that we cherish and we need across the board, right? Whether it's a team, company, family, community, everywhere, but also from the software. And how respect as a principle been designed in Klevo or MOI application is that it respects you here is a retailer, your preferences. How it respects your preferences is in the following manner. So all the business rules or margins or configurations or merchandising that you are doing within Klevo, all of them are respected when actually showing the products to the customers. Because when you think of a 5-inch screen where you are actually having that chat happening, when you are actually showing the results, you have probably 2 products that you could fit in one screen maximum, and there's a banner that rolls in there. So which 2 products that actually should come really right in front of the eyes of the shopper? That's where the respect of rules for the retailer, and there are configurations behind the scene that matter a lot. And in general, chatbots, at least so far, have not been designed, including OpenAI for that matter, have not been designed to actually, understand the catalogs. Where this is where Klevu comes into the play. So Klevu MOI is actually about the catalog. It's about interactions with the catalog. So it opens up this opportunity to have a very meaningful, respectful conversations with the catalog that you are interacting with. Yeah, can we go to the next one, please? And measure. So as a beta program, we are already measuring what products were actually clicked from the conversations and what was actually bought from the conversations. And this we feel that if any application for that matter is only useful if it actually can make a business and for the retailer. So for next few months, as we are now already working with quite a few retailers, we will be continuously monitoring this performance as well. Yeah, next one, please. Fallback is extremely important because, and some of these principles that I'm now talking about, you will see when Neeraj actually shows the demo to you. But fallback is very important. Chatbots do fail. Even MOI fails. So this is something to keep in mind. I was reading about OpenAI terms of service today, and it actually says that you should actually include human review before you show the output. It says that in their terms of service. So fallback is important, and how we are bringing MOI is actually we are bringing it from the search experience. So from the search experience, shopper has ability to turn that into chat mode, But if they are not happy with that result, or if it's not moving the way they want it to move forward, they can anytime disable the chat mode, and that kind of brings them back to the search itself. So that kind of interplay between search and chat mode is possible there through MOI, and we feel that fallback, having that fallback from chat in case it fails to the search is quite would be quite valuable for the retailers, but quite appreciated by the shoppers. And that's something we will continuously kind of measure as well. Yeah. So in one line, of course, behind the scene is search, right? Like I think in one of the articles or presentations I had shared about a few years ago, everything you do on an online store is search. Everything is search. And it means here what we are saying is that it's a search as well. MOI is still search essentially, but it's search without a search box, because it goes from that one query principle to multi-query engine, that you have a query that you are firing to machine is actually bringing back the question or an answer to you. I was talking to one of the retailers who is currently trying MOI in Australia, and he said very nice point that so far AI systems, especially the bots, were not able to bring human-like responses back to the humans, and hence humans' interactions with these bots was so minimal and not scalable at all. But if these machines or bots can bring the human-like or human-likeable response back to the humans, then human will continue to work with this system. So, with that in mind, I like to request Neeraj to actually go through the demo and showcase. And before we go into the demo, just a couple of things who can use MOI. So currently, as a beta program, we are, you need to be a Klevu customer. So if you are not a Klevu customer, you could sign up for Klevu, and as you start to use Klevu Search, at least as a product, you can then use Klevu MOI as well. Second is the catalog eligibility. So it's very important that your catalog is organized properly. It has proper attributes, filters, and we can of course guide onto that, but we do one kind of eligibility test on catalog as well. Once that review has happened, we actually prepare a sort of a sandbox environment for the one who is interested in it, and then if they are happy with it, then we will help them to go live as well with MOI. Yeah, Neeraj, please take over.
Yeah, thank you, Nilay. Is Nilay just confirming? Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as Nilay shared a few things about the MOI application, the very first thing he mentioned is that how do we switch from the search box to the search in a conversational way. So the way we have designed it, so on a website, there is a search box available, and shoppers would be searching something in this search box. Here itself, we've provided a mechanism, we call it a chat mode, and it's a toggle sort of thing. And when we hit on that, it basically takes over the entire screen of your mobile. And this is where the conversational journey begins. As you can see here, the bot here would introduce itself, and it will give some examples like, what are the sort of the things one can search for. There are two modes. One is like a standard mobile tapping mode where you can tap on an option and it will show certain results. And the other mode is where you would want to interact with the machine, which is like a natural language way of interacting with the system. So that's the one we will be exploring today. Let's start with that. So uh, this is a furniture store, so I will be asking a few questions around searching for different types of products to this machine. So my first question is a simple one. Do you have sofas? Now here, as we can see, it's not like just sofa, but I'm forming a question. Do you have sofas? Somebody can ask like, I'm interested in sofas, or we will look more complex examples, but this is a simple one. So in this case, when I say, do you have sofas? Now think of an in-shop experience. You go in an offline shop, and there are several things over there, and uh, you may ask this question to an assistant present there, that, hey, do you have something? The assistant is not going to bring all of those items back to you, but he may want to ask you further questions to understand more about your preferences. That's the behavior that we have tried to simulate here. So when I asked, do you have sofas, the one question it is asking here is that if there was any specific color that I am interested in. Let's say I choose one of the colors here, and it has understood my requirement, and it is now showing me the available sofas in the catalog. Along with this, let's spend just a minute or something to understand what's happening here. So we have this carousel here. We are able to see these different products. I can click on quick view, and here it shows some information about the product, a short description basically, and some information about the price that's available. There's also an option for more like this. We will see an example of this bit later. But this is basically to facilitate looking at, is it like this, that, an assistant has shown you something, you liked something, and then you said, hey, but do you have other examples, or sorry, other products which are similar to this one? Next to it, this is where we show that what else you can do while you are interacting with the chat session here. So every product is given a product locator reference. So here you can see P0, P1, and similarly, the other set of products are given P2, P3, and so on. But here it also gives you an example question that you can ask. So in this case, it says, is product P0 modern and comfortable? This is highlighting just the capability that you can actually ask more questions about the product. Okay, let's move on further. So now I am seeing some results here. One of them is like, $3,500. The other one is about 5,300. And similarly, we will have other price ranges here. I may want to restrict my results to a certain price range. So I can just say, for example, under 4,000 only. In this case, the system has understood that my budget is up to 4,000, and it shows the products accordingly. It has restricted the results. I can ask a question about a particular product. And in this case, let's say, what are the good things about P1? So in this case, I'm actually asking a question about this particular product. Now, what's happening behind the scene here is that the system has understood that you want to ask a question about this particular product. On the website, we have certain information about this particular product. So that information we are using as a context. And the question, the idea is that we want to find the answer of this question in that context. And here we go. This is where the answer has come back. It has highlighted certain features about this particular product. Okay. So earlier I had selected a particular color, and now if I want to reset my filters, I can type something like reset filters, and here it comes back and says that, okay, I've reset all the preferences, and it is again asking me if there was any other preference I have. But let's not answer this particular question. This is exactly what happens in a shop as well. Assistant may ask a question, but the shopper may come back with a different requirement. So here in this case, let's say I'm interested in a corner sofa. So I'll say, can you show me corner sofas? The system has understood that we are looking for sofas, and it has also understood that the specific feature is the corner uh, aspect of the sofas. I want to, here I can see like different types of sofas, but if I want to further add another constraint, so let's say I say just the leather one. So I'm looking for only the leather sofas. In this case, we have just one, so it has actually shown that one. Let's take now let's change the topic, and I mean the product type that we are looking for. And so far we have been submitting very simple uh, requirements. Let me type a big one. So here I'm looking for, can you show me an oval or round shaped dining table over 5,000 USD. So here you can see I'm not specifying one shape, but I've actually specified multiple shapes. I'm asking for a particular type of table, and I've also specified some pricing constraint. This is where the natural language processing takes place. Here, let's understand what actually happened. So here it says showing table with, for example, a particular type of shade, and a pricing constraint has been set to minimum 5,000. That's because I had specified that I'm looking for products over 5,000 USD. And here I can see these different types of tables coming up. Now, more like this. So let's say I liked this particular product and I want to see more like this. I click on that. And this is where the functionality that we offer, which is the recommendations. One of the recommendation banners that we offer is similar products. So this is what is happening when we click on more like this. It is that banner functionality that is kicking in, and it is bringing a products which look very similar to the one that I had earlier clicked on. Okay, let's again change the topic, and I'm now asking like, show me benches. Let's not answer any question, but we can just keep on saying, okay, show me what you have got. And I've got some results here. Now, if I'm looking at these results, I may want to use this for outdoor purpose. And one of the questions that I can ask this system is something like, how can I protect P0? I'm typing P0 because it's about the first product here. Now, this is where it's possible that the catalog may not have the right information available. In the description, it may not have information about how do you protect it. And this is where the power of ChatGPT comes in. We are submitting some information about this product to ChatGPT along with the question. And it's a ChatGPT's power, which is understanding. So in this case, it says that, what are the different ways it can be protected. It says you can use a soft damp cloth, avoid using harsh chemicals or products. You can also use a leather conditioner to maintain its quality and extend its lifespan. This is where the power of GPT systems come in. Okay, let's move on. Neela said that one of the things that we wanted to make sure is that if somebody is searching for irrelevant things in the system should understand that and reply accordingly. So here, let's try to search for something which is not likely to be present in the catalog. So if I say like, do you have or do you sell potatoes? This is a furniture shop, and of course it will not have potatoes in there, but the system is understanding that potato is a product noun, and accordingly it's coming back with the response. It's not always about the product search. When somebody comes on a website, they may have some other types of questions. For example, what payment methods are accepted? In this case, what's happening is that it is actually going through the entire it is going through some of the CMS pages which are available on the website. It has found the payment related page, and it has actually extracted the specific answer. In this case, it says these are the different ways one can make a payment. But let me ask, can I bank transfer? Bank transfer is not a method specified here. So I just want to ask if that is also possible. Here, again, the power of ChatGPT comes in. It has actually gone through the payment methods, and it has understood my question, and it says that I'm sorry, but the bank transfer is not listed as one of the accepted methods. And not only that, it comes back with the alternative ways of how one can make a payment. I may have a question about delivery. So I can say how long does it take to deliver? The system is able to understand the intent behind it, and it says the lead time for this product is 6 weeks. Let me ask, can it be delivered earlier? It says, unfortunately, we cannot expedite delivery for this product. The lead time for this product is 6 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, these are some of the capabilities of the system. We can reset the search. We can click on, again, products to see what other types of products are available, and we can continue our session and question answering. Yeah. Merit?
Hello. Hi, thank you for that presentation. So the first question we have, Nilay and Niraj, is someone's asking, where can they see live examples to review?
Nilay, do you want to answer?
Yeah, we have about 3 to 5 customers that are currently testing. We will take only up to 20 kind of customers this quarter. That's what we had committed to make sure that we do proper job when we take an instance on board. So, but there are 3 that we have already prepared the instance, and they are currently, as we speak, they are actually testing. So we will probably announce in next couple of weeks or so, subject to our customers becoming happy as well on online channels. So probably in a couple of weeks, I expect at least one customer to go live. That's my hunch.
Perfect, super exciting. And yes, stay tuned on our social channels. The second question is, do we have any control over the response in terms of verbiage and tone of MOI?
I will take from the product side, Neeraj. You can take from the NLP side. But as far as I'm aware, you definitely can influence the results that we are showing using the configurations and merchandising in the Klevu panel or Klevu Merchant Center. But the actual text responses are something that are purely coming from our end. Neeraj?
Yes. So when answering any question that's coming up here, I think the tone that we are taking is that the number one, it's not biased towards anything. we don't try to be very excited. We don't try to be very dull as well. We try to be more showing results from the fact, showing the factual responses here. In case you are asking for something, and if that is not present, then we try to say upfront that it's not present, that that feature is not supported there. Can we change the tone? Um, at the moment, no, because it's running with the default setting. But if that's something coming up again and again, I think that's something that we will look into in the near future.
Perfect. Thank you. And next question we have is, how deep is the integration of ChatGPT in MOI? Is it mainly an API request relay for the questions that could not be answered by the store's own data?
Currently, the dependence on ChatGPT is about when somebody starts asking a question about a product. When somebody says that, for example, the question that we looked at, like, can you, how do you protect it? Or somebody may be looking for tops, and he may ask, like, is this good for a summer season? Now, this is where we actually take help from ChatGPT to understand the question as well as to answer that as well. But questions like somebody asking, like, do you have something in your system? Yeah, this is where, no, that's something that Klevu is handling them.
If, if I may add that we call it ring fencing, all right? So
Yeah.
we are ring fencing ChatGPT here because it without ring fencing, you can definitely lose the kind of the scope and the control. But to kind of answer, to look at the same question in a bit different way, I'm the one of the customers that in the US that we are currently working with. They are electric supplies related store, and what they really wanted to do was that for some of the products they have manufacturer specifications, right? So there are company specifications and there are PDFs, and it's sort of a knowledge base. Doesn't sit on their store, but it's actually there on the that's related to the product. So they asked us a question that can these be included in the scope of interactions with the system? And that's the area that we are literally currently working on, that we use that external data. Of course, then in this case the retailer has supplied that these are the products and these are the kind of the manufacturer's catalog or specifications that we are using. So we are allowing sort of external data, but still in a very ring fenced mode when it comes to have an interaction with the system.
Perfect. That makes perfect sense. Thank you, Nile. So another question here is from an existing customer saying that we have over 250,000 products and use your attributes. How much more setup would be required to use MOI?
It's a very nice question. Yeah. So MOI is actually connected directly with your live search index, and it does not actually matter how many products do you have in your catalog and how many attributes do you have. Yes, it will be very, very helpful to have as many attributes as possible, because when we generate the questions, attributes play a very important role. Yeah, I mean, we are like, some of the demo requests which have come up, one of the stores has over 750,000 products in them. And yep, the demo has been prepared and it's just working absolutely fine for that particular store. Another thing to highlight here is that domain of a store is, if Klevu is able to power your search, on your store, provided it's in the English language. If Klevu is able to provide search on your store, MOI can be set up on that as well. So it's a domain independent, and yeah, you can have as many products as you like.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, I would like to thank you both, Nilay and Niraj, for running us through MOI today. We're all very excited. For anyone who is interested in signing up for a beta, please go to klevu.com/MOI. Thank you for joining.